Flashpoint History presents the Battle of Trebia. The First Punic War ends in 241. Carthage lost. In the wake of Carthaginian defeat, Rome moves quickly to take Sicily and then Sardinia. But Carthage is not down for long. After recovering from the mercenary wars, her great general Hamilcar moves west to secure new lands in Spain. New Carthage is founded in 227. With Hamilcar's death, the role of leadership falls to his son Hannibal, who assumes power in 221. Hannibal assembles his army and marches on the city of Saguntum in 218. It's this attack and later siege that sets off the Second Punic War. After taking the city and then crossing the Pyrenees, Hannibal invades Gaul. He moves on towards the Rhone River, where he devises a plan to cross and simultaneously attack an enemy Gallic tribe on the other side. Meanwhile, the Romans have come up with their own strategy. The Senate has decided to deploy two armies. One force is placed under the command of Consul Sempronius Longus, who is to move via Sicily and then attack the Carthaginian homeland. The other army is given to his co-consul Publius Scipio to move via Gaul and then attack Spain. However, a chance encounter near the city of Massilia in Gaul alerts the Romans that Hannibal is on the move. Hannibal evades the Romans as they retreat to Italy. The Carthaginian general then does what no one thought was possible. In the middle of winter, he crosses the Alps with his entire army. Of the 50,000 men who followed him, only 26,000 make it to the other side. Hannibal and Scipio meet at the Battle of Ticinus. This is a complete Carthaginian victory, leaving Scipio nearly killed and his army almost destroyed. News of this victory spreads, and Hannibal's army swells with new recruits as the enemies of Rome flock to his banner. Longus is recalled from Sicily to help with the defense of the Roman homeland. He rushes to engage Hannibal. Hannibal finds an ideal battle site for the ensuing conflict. He positions his men on the far side of the river Trebia. The Carthaginian general orders his fast-moving Numidian light cavalry to consistently raid the Roman camp. The raids greatly anger Longus. Scipio, his co-consul, urges him to use caution, but after a particularly daring raid, Longus hastily awakens his men early, forgoing food, and marches them for an attack. In the middle of winter, his demoralized men march neck-deep into the freezing waters of Trebia. They assemble slowly on the opposite bank as snow and hail continue to fall on them. Hannibal, meanwhile, allows his men to rest and eat well. He has them rub themselves with olive oil in order to protect themselves from the cold. Longus sends his men into a frontal attack against Hannibal's center, where the Carthaginians have their weakest troops. Hannibal counterattacks with his superior cavalry, hitting both Roman flanks and driving the Roman cavalry from the field. The Carthaginian cavalry then turn inward to hit the Roman infantry flanks. The only opening now for the Romans is the rear. But seemingly from nowhere, a new cry is heard. Hannibal, using the marshy area to the south of the battlefield, has hidden his troops amongst the tall grass. These troops, which are led by his sub-commander Mago, rise up and then race for the enemy rear. These forces complete the encirclement of the Romans, who now begin to feel the true power of Carthaginian steel. But at the last moment, the leading Roman legions break through Hannibal's weakest forces, and once through, they run from the battlefield. Consul Longus manages to survive, but his casualties are severe, near catastrophic. Of the 42,000 Romans that entered the battle that day, 32,000 perish. Hannibal's army, suffering only minor losses, remains battle-worthy as ever, and his offensive has only begun.